if you spread yourself thin, that's another term for broad. If you spread yourself thin, you're never going to reach anything to really become a consultant and a specialist or a consultant in an area of real estate. Why? Because look at real estate, from single family to multifamily. You got investors. That's a whole nother category with another whole nother skill set. When you deal with someone that's got investing background, that's savvy on investing and knows what they're doing about investing, you got to have a skill set to be able to deal with them. Again, that value's there, but again, it's such a large industry of the investments, right? Especially Florida, right? A lot of the absentee owners. I got an agent that property manages and deals with an absentee owner that has 4 units from New York, and it's a lot of work. But there's a relationship. There's a value that he brings to this investor out of New York. Okay, so that's a whole nother different area that could be a niche market, right? Condominiums, co-ops, like I said, these developments. Okay, you could want to get in commercial, industrial, and even selling business brokerage. So you can see that the real estate industry is so big. It's like, where do I start? Well, it's going to be where it's going to want you to be able to set that alarm and want to get up and go get it and be able to go after what excites you about the area, the niche market. But I definitely encourage you to, and this is going to take planning, to find out what it is that you want to be specialized in. You want to be that consultant in this market. You want to bring forth the knowledge and the education to these folks in this market. Okay. So you want to be careful about creating such a broad market that you don't really become something that's going to exercise value to an area to where you can be a true consultant to somebody. Okay. So you got to find out what's going to fit your vision, what's going to fit your model. Again, buyers, sellers, tenants. Are you going to property manage? Are you going to deal with the coastal areas that have beachfront marinas? What about inland golf course properties and subdivisions? Now, a lot of times, especially along the coastline, if you're in the Miami area, there's a tendency to be able to run into and deal with condominiums and subdivisions. I'm not saying just strictly deal with condominiums, but find yourself to create that niche market to where if it's a combination of condos and single family homes, that you're going to have your thumb, and we're going to talk about this, about your thumb on the pulse of that local area and the actual properties in that area, that you are going to bring extreme value to somebody to where they're going to be coming to you for, you're lifelong to them. One thing you never want to do is sell a property to somebody, walk out of closing with your $15,000 check and never see them again. And we're going to talk about that. If someone else gets that listing after you sold it to them, something's wrong. There's something has fallen through the cracks, so to speak. Okay. You should never, ever lose. And we're going to talk about that here coming up when we're building a pipeline of business or we're building a book of business. It's a very important concept that you understand, because as time goes on, remember, this is not a business where people walk into your retail store and you get new customers all the time. Yes, we need to prospect for new business, but as time goes on, especially if you're going to get into the 10, 15-year point of your career, you got to look behind you and say, what have I retained? What have I built? And if all you're going after is new prospects and you're letting go what's behind you, you're making a serious mistake. Because I know agents today that have been in the business for 25, 30 years, they don't even prospect at all. They don't even go after new business. Their book of business is so big. The value they created for these people are so big that not only do they get resales from those, but they get referrals from those family and friends that are coming into the area. And you got to contact Miss So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so. Let me tell you why. So we're going to talk about that here shortly. So what's going to fit your vision? What's going to fit your model? Okay. Again, coastal areas, golf course properties. Always remember, niche is rich, broad is broke.